Is the Calgary real estate market breaking records, just like Usain Bolt and Michael Phelps? Tune in for the latest hot off the presses information about our Calgary and area real estate markets. Welcome back to another real estate market update. I am Scott Glover, and I will be your host as we dive into this month's numbers. In this video, I'll be summarizing all of the key facts and the nearly always overlooked results from the data during the month of October 2021. Are you ready? Okay, let's dig right in. So like myself and a fine wine, it seems like a real estate market is getting better with age. September was the second best September of all time, and now October has one-upped it. We just recorded the best October ever on record, which finished with 2,189 sales for the month. This is a big number for this time of year. What this means is that we continue to push 2021 towards one of the best all-time selling years in our history. So when you ask how's the market, the answer is pretty simple. It's as good as it gets. Let's start with the Calgary Real Estate Board graph, which showcases the last 15 years, where you can see this result firsthand with the October 2021 sales on the far right. Now, to give you a little perspective, this number is nearly the exact same as what we saw in July. This means that if you are in the market to buy or sell, the market continues to act very much like it did in the heat of the summer and not like a slowing typical fall to winter market. Now, this time of year, I always have quite a few conversations with people about, should I list now or should I wait and list in the spring? All indications are if moving now is your goal, you'll have no problem achieving a great sales price and doing it in short order. Now, the rest of the variables around moving are oftentimes incredibly personal to you, so if you'd like further advice regarding your situation, please contact me. Now let's dive in and take a look at the 4 different property types. The best performing was actually the apartment segment, and in October it surpassed even the detached market. This is great news, as the apartment segment has been the one area where positive news has been a bit more inconsistent through 2021, but at least now it's playing a little bit of catch up. The semi-detached and the row homes performed similarly to each other and improved about 25% year over year. Now, the detached market had a bit of a rare month, and it actually had the lowest improvement of all sectors, with only 17% increase to 2020. A quick stat that I wanted to share before moving on is that in the last week of October, we saw a small surge in our sales per day figures. This number has been fairly consistent since July at around 70, but recently it bumped up to around 80. This is something small, but it helps give me confidence in our market and shows that sales demand is not waning at all. So that gives us a good idea of what's happening here in Calgary. Let's now take a look at the stats from some of our surrounding communities and see what's happening there. Airdrie continues to roll with a 25% improvement in sales year over year. Cochrane achieved a 15% increase in sales versus last year. And for some reason, Okotoks is a bit of an outlier, and it saw a decrease of about 5% in sales year over year. Now let's transition over to our inventory story. In my last weekly market update, I shared some insights on what we were seeing with inventory as we approached the end of the month. And to recap that, we saw a reduction in active inventory of about 800 homes. We now sit at about 4,800 homes available on the market. Here's that Calgary Real Estate Board chart showing how we line up over the last 15 years. Looking at the bar on the right, which is October 2021, and comparing it to the bars to the left, you'll notice that we are now right near the bottom. Only one other year at this point has had less on the market than we do right now. Now let me be clear about this. This isn't for the lack of inventory coming to market. Despite this present state of low inventory, 2021 has actually had the highest number of new listings come to market in the last decade. Check it out here on the graph. What this means is that Greater Calgarians have been active in adding properties to the market, but despite that, we are absorbing all of it and at an incredible pace. Now, the segments that have had proportionally lowest amount of inventory are the single-family markets, the detached and semi-detached. They will feel the tightest out there if this is where you are looking for your next home. Now again, let's take a look at our surrounding communities. Airdrie, Cochrane, and Okotoks all have near rock bottom inventory, averaging 40% less in active homes on the market than the same time last year. Between all three of these major satellite markets, there's only 380 homes available for sale as I record this. That's not a lot, not even by a long shot. Okay, let's flip over now to the pricing picture. I have more good news here as October set a new record for benchmark sales price. We increased our sales price up to $460,100. This actually eclipses the number we set back in July, and it erases the last 3 months of just slight downward adjustments. Year over year, we have gained 8.9% in our home's equity for Calgary as a whole. That's about $40,000 of net worth for the average homeowner. As we know, for most people, putting that much away a year in true savings is nearly impossible. So this is a big point to the power of home ownership. There is one exception, however, and it's the apartment market. Year over year, we have seen pricing just remain flat, but that is actually a positive in comparison to that constant downward pressure that we have seen in this segment for the greater part of half a decade. Now here's the graph showing all of the various areas of Calgary. Once again, you will see all those green arrows pointing up in all areas of the city. This month, I've also included a graph of all the satellite areas around Calgary. With this environment of low inventory, many of these areas we should expect their year-over-year sales numbers to continue their upward push too. For example, the box at the top middle portion of the graph shows Airdrie, and it has had a 15% year-over-year increase in its benchmark sales price. If you live in any of these areas and would like to know a little bit more about what's happening in your market specifically, please let me know. Okay, let me wrap up with leaving you a few final thoughts. Our market is rooted in a wide spectrum of positive fundamentals. Our foundation is positioned well to see 2022 as another strong year. Right when I think we might be letting off the gas just a little bit, we see results that show we just aren't. The market and the demand continues to push right along. The encouraging thing is that this shows us much more than just good news for real estate. It shows positive signs for Greater Calgary's positioning as a whole. Now, the strength of our market is absolutely in those average price points, but beyond that, as we push up to the 500,000 to 600,000 mark, the 6 to 8, the 8 to a million, and even the million plus, the strength remains there too. This just means that we have a wide range of positive things happening. It's not just the average income earners, it's not just the affordable housing, it's just not the first-time buyers. It's happening in all sectors and at all price points. One of our founders, Darren Langille, said in his monthly update video that he believes Calgary is back on the map and that we have a great foundation for success into 2022 as we evolve from the depths of the pandemic and those prior low oil price concerns. And I must say, I have to agree with him. So with interest rates still at historic lows, make your move now and make it with confidence. Okay, that's it for me here today. I hope all of this helped. I hope you know that I'm here for you no matter your home type, your location, your price range. And now that we have joined a brokerage that gives us access to 3,000 agents across North America, you can think of me as your one-stop real estate shop, no matter where your real estate needs may be. Thank you again for watching with me here at Redline Real Estate. If you want updates more than just once a month, I do provide a quick, high-level update every week on Monday. To stay up to date, just like and subscribe. Thank you again for tuning in, and I'll talk to you again next month.